Happy, healthy, healing day. This is Shifa, the natural healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth, and I'm here today with you on the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show with some very special guests today. This is a special presentation talking about the most complete ultra premium nutrition program anywhere, and that is the Vemma Nutrition Program. Today's show, we have our wonderful co-host, Mr. Tony Evans. Welcome to the set on here today. Happy to have you.
Happy to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Mr. Art Chambers.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. And Rod Smith.
Morning, Shafar.
Welcome, welcome. Now, we're not going to be all like stiff up here. We're going to just kind of have fun and talk about this because this is something that's really, really important for you to get, on our show. We are so interested in you being healthy, preventing disease and dysfunction in your body. We are wanting you to be healthy and whole and healed. And I'm not going to bring you anything that doesn't serve us to that end. I want to talk about the history because you need to know where this came from. I've been involved for 6 years, 3 years really strong. And then I kind of took a hiatus and found that I needed to get back. And so I want to share it with you. I want to talk to Tony about the history of the company Vemma, and of course you guys can chime in too, so that we can really get all the facts in and give everyone the information that they need to have. So Vemma started in...
It was 2004 when the Vemma formulation came. And it's come a long way. We've seen it where the company, they had a great product in a mineral vitamin, and then they also had a great product in a mangosteen. And then one day someone got the bright idea, well, instead of having two separate products that we're going to mix anyway, why don't we just pre-mix them and call it Vemma? As you well know, the Vemma is an acronym for vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, and aloe. And this is the most complete formulation for any wellness program that we've seen as far as a supplement. And what we've also liked about it is with all those ingredients, I'm not going to try to attempt to break down what's in it.
Sure.
But no matter how good it is for you, if it doesn't taste good, you've got a problem. And it tastes very, very good.
Excellent. It does. When I first started in Vemma, that was my hurdle. As a holistic health practitioner for 41 years, I already knew that my clients weren't going to take anything that I gave them that didn't taste good. And when I tried it myself, I was like, "Ooh, this is great," and started giving it to the clients. That's one of the things that kept them on the product, because it's better in your body than it is in the bottle. Any day. So from a historical standpoint, we've really had something in our hands since '04 that we can enhance our lives with. So how long have you been involved?
Well, I've been using the product since '06. So my entire family, we've been using it. It's one thing to, people rather see a sermon than to hear one.
Yes.
And so the first thing people always ask you when you recommend something, are you using it? And the reason why I continue to use it, my family uses it, is because we get results from it. If we weren't getting results from it, we wouldn't be using it to this day. We wouldn't be recommending it. It's no different than anything that you find in your favorite restaurant, or you see a good movie or a fantastic book, you're going to tell somebody about it. And that's how this is really begin to spread, initially through word of mouth.
Yeah.
And now with all electronic social media, it's really starting to blow up. And we're excited about it. But getting back to our origin, we started out with our first Vemma product, and we've expanded. But what's unique about everything is here, the owner, his creative vision was, well, you know what? People need nutrition. And typical diet of an American is not full of nutritious food. It's a lot of fillers. But they get full, but they don't get nourishment. And so now with the Vemma product, no matter what delivery system you take, you're getting the vitamins, the minerals, and such into your body that it needs, and it does some quite interesting things, that is the body, when you feed it what it needs.
That's right. It absolutely has the ability to heal itself when you feed your body what it needs. So in my historical journey, I came across these two gentlemen, or they came across me, or something like that. But I got excited about the product and introduced it to my clientele, and the results. At Oneness Wellness Lifestyles, we measure success by the results. And the results that we started getting were really, I could use the word incredible, but I'll kind of back down off that and just say the numbers for everything that were issues in people's lives, whether it was high blood pressure. And this is not making health claims. This is just saying what the results had been based on the testimonies of the people. And Art found me at my place of business, my wellness center. And Art Chambers, tell us a little bit about your history and how you come about this wonderful.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Art Chambers. Again, what I found was basically it's simple and it's convenient and it's complete. I may be the youngest one on the panel, I don't know, but I like things simple. I know we live in a microwave type world now. You want it right then and so forth. But that's another thing, that the product actually gave me a boost from the first time that I even tried it. I guess due to, and talking to Safar, she actually told me what happened. I wasn't that knowledgeable of nutrition, but I knew I needed something. So during that period of time that we were talking, she was explaining to me how different people's metabolism, it may do something to you different than it does to the next person. And so right away I felt the results. And so from that point, I gave it to my wife, because she was suffering from, I don't know if anyone is familiar with fibromyalgia. Did I say that correctly?
Fibromyalgia. Yes.
Okay. Yes, and so it gave her quality of life back, and in seeing that, it just I'm sold out. I'm literally sold out on the product.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now you're one of the ranking members, on our team. So and we're going to talk about more of the product, and we're going to talk about ranks and advancement and all of those kinds of things. But we're here as a team, really, to bring this forward so that you, our listening audience, our viewing audience, can tap into the wonders of Vemma. Vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, and aloe. And we'll talk about more of that. But Art is a star executive in the Vemma organization, and we'll let you know more of that. But we wanted to acknowledge that, because that is it's time in, it's energy, and it really means that you've helped a lot of people. That's why I wanted to bring that to the forefront. That means that you've helped a lot of people. So I thank you for that, personally.
Well, to piggyback on that, this gentleman here that's sitting beside of me, he actually introduced me to the product, and as far as a pin rank that you were saying that you would speak about earlier, later on, Mr. Smith here, actually, Rod, he's the reason why I am where I am.
All right, now.
As far as Vemma goes, and I guess he'll get into that later on. He's kind of shy right now.
This is Rod Smith, and he's a big pen, right, here with us today, and we're all really grateful, of course, to have you here today, but that you are helping us to spearhead this and do what we need to do, because we're all here with you. And so your pin rank this is Rod Smith, and Rod Smith's pin rank is Star Presidential.
That's correct.
Okay, helped us help a lot of people. So how'd you get started, Rod?
Well, it's amazing. Part of my story I'm proud of, and part of it I'm not. Because basically what happened was I had slipped out of my church about 15 minutes early one Sunday because my favorite football team was going to kick off at 1 o'clock. And about 2 minutes before kickoff, a good friend of mine named Billy McSwain called me on the phone and said, "Rod, get to my house. That's what I want to show you." And I'm sitting there trying to think of what kind of lie can I possibly tell this guy in the next 30 seconds that he's going to believe. But he was very adamant about me actually coming to see what he had. I mean, he was just sure he had something I needed to look at. So I made a decision. You know, life is based on decisions. You know, you can look at everything in your life, you know, past and present, and you can single a lot of things out to some decision that you made in the past. And the decision that I made to go see what he wanted basically changed my life, because what he did was he showed me this great product that is now called Vemma. And I was able to actually get on the product that day and take the product. And what really sold me was after a couple of days, at the time I was still working, late in the afternoons when I was normally dragging, had, you know, all I could take from the day from the business world, even late in the afternoons, I had the same energy, the same go-giving spirit, the same motivation I had early in the morning. And that was just unheard of for me. It's unheard of for most people. So I knew something was changing on me physically and in me physically, but I couldn't pinpoint it to anything other than the Vemma, because that's all I changed as far as my normal diet, about normal intake. So I began to introduce it to other people, and you know, which is what we do. You know, share it with as many people as possible, and it basically changed a lot of people's lives. And one of the things that's so amazing about this is I've had some people come to me and say, "Roderick, thank you," because this product has really allowed me to do things physically that I thought I couldn't do anymore. And once you can share it with somebody, and you know, all of us are great at sharing things that happen to us. I think Tony mentioned earlier about you go to a great restaurant, where you call your friends and family and tell them how great the food is. You see a good movie. If you happen to you know, test drive a car, anything, if we think it's really great, we share it with other people. So that's basically what we do with Vemma, is just share it, because some of the testimonies of what has happened to people physically has been phenomenal.
Phenomenal, and it's been that way since I've been involved, and even when I wasn't active, I continue to put my clients on the Vemma Nutrition Program, because regarding a baseline nutrition and antioxidant value, the qualities, the ORAC, I mean, it's just wonderful to start someone there, because I know immediately I can get them to a place where we can begin overcoming those other health challenges with some other dietary and personal lifestyle changes. But this is absolutely where we must start. And I thank you so much for finding this guy, right? And then this guy finding me, right? And me being able to find Tony's wife.
That's
and
correct.
you know, and it's family. Really,
Mm-hmm.
it's community. And as we love our community, we share.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what this is about.
And you know what's so fantastic about it? When you watch these gentlemen, and the number of people you all touch is tremendous. But I think we're looking here how we can do a better job of communicating to, you know, our people in general.
Yeah.
Because you know, we have a plethora of diseases that we're suffering from, and it's to the point where we feel it's natural to say, "I got hypertension," or as they say, "I got sugar." That's what we call it.
That's what we call it.
And like that's normal. And what we like about the Vemma is it gives your body what it needs to balance itself out. My mother, for example, diabetic, hypertension, depression, on several medications, and after being on the product for at least about 4 months, her doctor began taking, in fact, took her off of insulin, took her off of hypertension, cut her back from 3 antidepressants down to 1. Okay, so it's a gradual thing. For me to see this, now I can't shut my mom up. She tells everybody about it. You know, we're at the age now, some of us anyway, when men get to a certain age, we talk about our health more. When we're young, we're more vain, and we're 10 feet tall, bulletproof. So we think we are. But when we get to our age, we're more aware of being deliberate about our health. Because if we aren't focused on it, we're going to go downhill real quick. It's kind of like you go to a grocery store and you purchase a box of cake mix. Now you look at the outside of that box and that's exactly what you want your cake to look like. Well, if we follow the formula of what we've been handed down, when you look and project where you're 65, 70, 75 years old, I'm going to be in a wheelchair or walking on a cane, that's where we're going to be because of the choices we make regarding our health. And I can say for the first time I've seen something that's easy, that's convenient. I haven't had anyone come back to me and said, I'm very upset with you that you introduced me to this. Mm-hmm. Not a single time. I've heard, why didn't you make me pay attention and listen 2 years ago when I wasn't getting it? So, and then also too, what's amazing is people I introduced to 5 years ago, they come to me, you're still using the product? Yes. Yeah. You're still doing Vemma? Yes. I think I'm ready to try it now. It happens. Because they see, especially your peer group, they're seeing that you're still moving and you're still mobile and you're still energetic, and they got loaded down with all these prescriptions.
And you look younger than they do.
Some say that.
I like to think
For
so.
sure, yeah.
Right. At least you feel that way. Mm-hmm. And, I do some volunteer construction work, houses of worship, and I see guys literally half my age panting, can't breathe, and they're like, man, do you slow down? I'm like, no, I feel great. Let's keep going. And we take it for granted, those who've been using Vemma for a while, but our stamina is there. Mm-hmm. And, I still can run full court basketball. I know several guys in my age group that do that, and these young guys are panting, they can't catch their breath, and we're steady at it. Yeah. So we're not saying that this is something miraculous. It's not. It's a common sense approach to nutrition. True. Period. Bottom line.
I like to piggyback on what you were saying, if you don't mind. Today is very special for me as well because it is my birthday.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! It's your birthday!
I'm proud to say that I'm 53 years old, and as far as health challenges, I'm a veteran, and I at least once a year I have to go and have this physical, and they actually, from the top of my head to the tip of my toes, they give me every exam known to man. And as of right now, today, I have no health challenges other than I use a CPAP and a couple of pounds overweight, okay? And I think that's great as far as being my age, and I know I need to just push back from the table, and I can solve that as well. To piggyback on what you were saying, Tony, I found this interesting about supplementing. Is it okay if I just read it?
Sure, help us.
This is from a well-known physician, and he says that supplements are not a replacement for food, but given the lack of quality in the food chain today, however, supplements are the best insurance policy that we have. Supplements alone are estimated to keep more than 100,000 people out of the hospitals and save $2.6 billion in medical expenses annually. Getting minerals and vitamins and enzymes back into your diet could prevent lots of heart problems, cataracts, hearing loss, vision loss, and many other diseases. I say that to say this is coming from a physician, not the panel. You put this in your body, and as I said before, we keep saying the word complete. Complete. Okay? And as again, what you put into your body is able to restore itself. And that's why I'm sold on the product, because once my wife even again began to take this product, it gave her quality of life back. And being 53, I'm beginning to take more notice of my health. I want to be here until I'm another 53, okay? Yeah. And we are leaving prematurely, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
And
the name of the book is "We Don't Die, We Kill Ourselves."
Yeah,
is that
what
right? Our foods are killing us, right? So
Absolutely.
It's so important what we're talking about here from the standpoint of community. You said when you started that part of the reason why we're here is to get this message to our community.
Exactly.
Okay, and so when we're talking about our community, specifically African Americans, and it's for everyone, but we know that there is a serious issue in the quote-unquote black community with suffering from preventable diseases disproportionately to the majority population. We die from things that others don't because we're not paying attention. So this is a way for us to get that complete nutrition in and not kill ourselves from all the madness in the food that we eat, but actually take a stand and a step forward in our health and nutrition.
To tie into what you're talking about, Shafar, that is so true. We need a cultural and a behavioral change.
We do.
That's it.
Within our community. Because what we have not been able to put a value on is prevention. What we do is we'll eat, drink, smoke, chew, everything we can get our hands on and throw caution to the wind until we actually become sick. And then we'll spend every dime we have, and some of yours if you give it to us, trying to get better. With healthcare being as big of a national issue as it is in America today, and you see it even from the First Lady Michelle Obama talk about prevention.
Right.
That should be a forethought for people now is what can I possibly do to prevent certain things from happening to me? Because that is so much more cost efficient, even financially, to prevent yourself from getting sick than to get sick and financially try to find a way to get better. Now, we know how to prevent things from happening. And to give an example, I had a conversation with a gentleman not long ago about his vehicle. And we were talking about Vemma. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, how often do you change the oil in your car? He said, man, I never let it go more than 2,500 miles. I said, why? He said, well, I want to keep running the way it runs now. I want to stay on top of its game.
That's right.
I said, what you're telling me is you think enough of that car to prevent anything from happening to it. You have it serviced, you have the oil change, you have the tires checked, you have everything looked over periodically, but you don't do it for your physical body itself. And that's a mindset we have to change as people, that our health is important to us. It's going to be the new wealth.
It is the wealth.
It's going to be the new, it's going to be it's going to be a financial asset to have good health. And that's something we have to really look at. And Vemma has the answer. For so many people, simply because of the fact, if you look at what's in the product, you're talking about 12 essential vitamins, 64 trace and ultra trace minerals, mangosteen, the caffeinated green tea, and aloe vera. All those things are what we need. The professionals have already said several times that 75% of the people who die from natural causes die from a mineral deficiency.
Incredible.
See? So when we look at that, it makes perfect sense to look at the Vemma program.
It is perfect sense. It is perfect sense. So don't wait until you have one foot on a banana peel and the other in the grave before you start to do something for your health and well-being. We have talked about the Vemma Nutrition Program. We're going to be bringing you more information on this. One of the things that you mentioned was cleansing, changing the oil in the vehicle. One of the things my producer director said to me one time, he said, you need to compare it to a car. It'll get it if you say that. So thank you for bringing that. But the body cleanse and the weight management program and the Vemma Next, we're going to get into talking about the products on our next segment. So stay tuned. You are watching the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show, and this is a special edition. We're talking about the most complete ultra premium nutrition program available anywhere, Vemma.